All right, so far I am showing an excellent connection. I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is we just don't have the good bandwidth to get by when everybody's home and all of those devices are pulling on our Wi-Fi. That's the only thing I can think of. Because when JT and I were playing on Friday, when we were playing Viking route on Friday, I don't think we had any buffering issues then, and we were the only ones at home. Everybody else was at school. Jess was running errands, and nobody else was home. It was just us in here playing the game. And now I'm the only one here. I'm the only one drawing on our bandwidth, and we have an excellent connection. So welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm here. I'm Sam. I'm the leader, the founder, and CEO of the Flipside. Well, there you have it. Now, as soon as I say something, it goes directly to error. I have no idea what's going on, people. All right, well, I do know what's going on. We're just having connectivity issues with, we're going to soldier through today, though. I'm not stopping early. It was just too frustrating Saturday, so I apologize for that, but we're going to soldier through here. Hopefully the buffering will not be that difficult, that bad. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say hello to Kevin. Kevin was here early and dropped some questions. We'll get to those in just a few minutes. Luke Shiras responded to those, actually, and he's also not going to be here. So hello to both of you. Travis is here. What's up, Travis? Good to see you, man. Tom is here. Good to see you. Steph is here. Stefan, good to see you. I noticed a fire in your short video. Where is it now? Well, it's not currently burning. Well, we're back to excellent connection. It's not currently burning because I'm down here. Our fireplace is upstairs, and that was a picture of the fireplace. Will I be doing... wow. Will I be able to pull off a fireside chat by the actual fireplace? It depends. I guess we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes. I wasn't able to do it today because I was downstairs working on getting the lights hung from the ceiling-ish. I'll show you that in just a few moments. It's functional. I'm not too happy with how it looks, but it's functional. The lights are off. Are up and off the ground, so I don't have to have 3 tripods gumming up my floor on that side of the room. So that works. I've got a couple of shelves that are, wall-mounted shelves that are up there that are holding the power packs and the surge protector and all that kind of stuff. And I ran the power cord up the wall, up the corner, so it's not bad for little old me, but it probably will send shivers down an actual person who does this for that kind of thing for a living. It'll send shivers down their spine, but it's functional, it works, and I'm good to go. So far, sounds great. Thank you, appreciate that. We do have all of the sound panels up that I purchased. And we'll show you those in just a few minutes as we go on. But I want to thank Luke, first of all. Luke was able to send me a pattern of sorts. Basically he just gave me some information that I could use to hopefully strategically place all of our sound panels. And I think we did a pretty good job. So I want to thank Luke for the work that he put into making up those schematics for me. And I think it looks pretty good. Jess really enjoys it. JT said it looks like Easter threw up in my room. So that's JT. He is very good at the burns. every once in a while, and that was one of those times. But it made me and Jess laugh that he said that. But the yellows, I went with 3 colors, and they're hexes. I went with a off-white or a gray, a yellow, and a green. The yellow, when I was looking at it, looked a lot more orange than it does in real life. So I was really going for white, green, and orange, which is the Ireland flag's colors. That's what I was going for. My heritage is Irish, so that's what I was going for, but it's yellow. So it looks like Easter threw up in my room. I get that, but I do like how it looks, actually. We need to have Easter over a little bit more. Are all your games unpacked? Were you able to inventory your games? You overestimate my cognitive abilities when trying to get unpacked and trying to get studio set up and all of that kind of stuff. No and no. I still have, strangely enough, the games that I have not yet unpacked completely are the games that are for review. And I do have those in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 small boxes and 2 medium-sized boxes. So what I wanted to get the sound panels up first. I wanted to get the lights off the floor first, and at least in half of the room. I'm actually going to be doing the same thing that I did for the lights on this side of the room over on the other side of the room, because as you'll see in a minute, I do have 2 tables in here, and I can actually have 2 different shots. I'll have to move the cameras back and forth, but that's easy peasy. As soon as I do have 3 more packages of lights set up over here, so that I'll be able to have 3 lights with a backlight, and over there I'll have 3 lights with a backlight. But it's taking longer than I would like it to. Love to see the Adventures of Robin Hood up there. Yes, that's a great game. We need to play it more often. We've only played it a couple of times, but man, did we enjoy it. And yeah, I went and haven't played the expansion yet, the Friar Tuck expansion, and I really want to, but we just haven't got there yet. But yeah, Adventures of Robin Hood is a great game. Now, so thanks for being here, Rush It Down. Thank you. Al is here. Thanks for saying that everything sounds great. I do want to get back to Kevin. Kevin and Luke dropped a couple of, well, Kevin dropped a question and Luke responded to it, but it's an interesting question, so I wanted to leave it here in case you guys didn't see it. And Kevin says that he was recently asked best rule books and wasn't sure. What's your take, Sam? All right. Here's what I think about rule books. Component list with graphics needs to be absolute. Maybe second if the first thing is a table of contents. Okay, that's fine. Table of contents, title page, follow the book format, do all that kind of stuff. That's fine and dandy. But as far as game content is concerned, a component graphic needs to be there with how many are expected, how many things of that thing, how many objects of that thing is supposed to be on each of those things. That absolutely needs to happen. Show me if it's cards, show me a back of the card and a front of the card, especially if they look different. If all of the backs of your cards are the same, don't worry about that. But if like this deck has this type of back and then this type of front, and then this deck has a different type of back and a different type of front, you need to show me both sides so that I know what I'm looking at as I'm pulling things out of the box for the first time. Yeah, that absolutely has to happen. You have to have a component list in your rule book. If you don't, you're doing your customers a huge disservice, because you could have missed something and the customer will never know unless you have a components list. That is absolute first. After that, if you want to, now this is what Luke said. Luke said that he has found that explaining the rules in reverse works best for people learning the game, although he's never seen a rule book do that. Rules in reverse means start with the end condition and then explain each step prior to that until you get back to the beginning steps. Okay, he had me there for a second and then he lost me because he is actually talking about going completely backwards. I think that would confuse a lot of people. That would confuse me. So that's why I'm not going to teach rules that way. If it works for Luke, then it works for Luke, absolutely. But generally speaking, if we're talking about the rule book, in my opinion, because, you know, that can be different for everybody, of course. Well, it will be different for everybody, generally speaking. But you have to have, you know, table of contents, components list, period. After components list, if you want to take a page and explain game structure, fine and dandy. You could even include in-game conditions, winning conditions, loss conditions, whatever, but keep it to one page, and then the next page better be set up. And I mean, it better be set up. If you don't have a setup page or actually a setup spread in your rule book, shame on you. Shame on you. Because I absolutely have to see a game set up in order to understand. I cannot, and I'm not alone here, I cannot understand how rules and games are supposed to work unless I see it actually working. I can get an idea, but what solidifies it in my mind is watching it happen, watching it work, moving those pieces, doing that stuff. And if I have to go to page 20, or that's an overstatement, but if I have to go deep into your rule book just to find out how to set up the game, you've already kind of made me angry. And that's not what you want to do when somebody pulls your game out and wants to play it. You want to make it as easy for them as possible to get it set up. So you've got to let it build. Don't explain all of the stuff that they're not going to run into until round 8 of 8. Until later on. Let it build. Let the excitement build. Table of contents. Components list. Brief game structure. 1 page or less. Setup. Now that you already explained game structure, tell me what I can do in a round. And if there are, enemy rounds or something like that, then tell me what an enemy is going to do in their round. Follow the structure of your game. You went through all that trouble designing a game, all that trouble putting it into a casino. Help us understand in order. Oh my gosh. I think Luke made my brain hurt when he said explaining people in reverse. That would absolutely blow my mind. I thought when he first said that he meant explain game in conditions, winning conditions, how they're going to get points and all that kind of stuff, and then go back. I don't think that's what he meant, and that would hurt my brain. If it's a campaign, have a tutorial campaign or just a tutorial scenario where you're going to baby step them through each of the mechanisms of the game. Boom. And now after that first scenario, they are ready. If your game is more complex than that, have a second one that kind of goes to the next step and shows the next echelon of rules. just do that. It makes learning your game so much more fun that way. Keep your scenarios separate from your rule book. Because when I look at a rule book and if it's really thick, I get depressed just a little bit. But if your rule book is thin and then your scenario book is thick, oh, I'm happy at that point because this is an easy game to play and they gave me a ton of content to enjoy it with. All right? So what's a good rule book? I think chronological has to be it. Generally speaking, gamers are pretty awesome and pretty smart people. They're gonna grasp your game. They're gonna get it. You don't have to explain all of the rules or all of the terms that you think they're not going to understand before you even show them how to set up the game. You don't have to do that. Show them how to set up the game first. Explain how to run round structures work. Explain the different things that you can do on your turn. And as you're going through, if you need to really highlight something, have a shadow box that kind of highlights that thing that you really want to make sure they understand. But do things in order. Keep it procedural. People understand procedure. They do. Some people might not like it as much as others, but procedures are there for a reason. And most games are based on procedure of some sort. So use that in your rule book. Okay, I just saw this off because it was a one-liner, but I saw it. Stefan, absolutely. Pictures, graphics. Make things pop in your rule book. Do not give me a technical manual, please. If I want to read a technical manual, I've got a dictionary I can read. And that's what it's like. Do you need a dictionary? Yes. But if your rule book reads like a dictionary, you're trying to teach somebody how to speak another language with just a dictionary. No. That's, no. Let's see here. Curious, TZ Gardner asks, if you heard of Cascade Con up in Bellingham, Washington in January. No, I haven't. I'll look into it. But January, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it over there. January is super packed with things to do. Matthew Vincent is here. What's up? I agree, Sam, although the end-win condition first is a good idea. Yes. To follow up, have you ever not played a game because you didn't understand the rulebook? Yes, absolutely. I have tried to read through a rulebook. I've even played it the way the rulebook says, and it still didn't seem right. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm done with this. Yes, absolutely. Your rulebook can sometimes, not always, but it can sometimes make or break your game. Absolutely. I have stopped playing a game because I didn't understand the rulebook. It's frustrating because a poorly written rulebook makes you feel stupid because you're giving the company the benefit of the doubt, right? You're saying they do this for a living. They must have done their due diligence. They must have done editors and this and that and the other. And I can't understand it. I'm stupid. That's what it makes me feel like. Or, not always, but sometimes I'm like, man, these people, they need to get better editors or something. I don't know. But yeah. Absolutely, yes, I need to have a picture as well. Yes, absolutely. When you were at Mythic, did you ever have input into rulebooks? Yes, but this much input. I was the community director. I was not an editor. They did give me some stuff for playtesting and that kind of thing and asked me for feedback on playtesting. I did give them feedback on rulebook. But often that just wasn't my job, so maybe I just didn't get it in time or what have you, or whatever it might be. I don't know if I got anything that I input on for really got listened to. I don't know because I didn't. They just said, here, play test this and give us a report. And so I would. And, you know, if it was editing type stuff like, hey, you misspelled this or you misspelled that, they would correct those things. But as far as order and all that kind of stuff, nah, that wasn't my job. So I would imagine that none of that really got taken to heart, so to speak. Jaws of the Lion did a great job with step-by-step. I've never read that rule book, so take your word for it. Tom agrees with you, though. It was great for learning the game. Tate Roberts is here. What's up? What's up? Do rule books read like technical manuals these days? Honestly, I've never seen a rule book like that probably ever. That's probably true. People, well, generally speaking, rule books these days are rather well done, at least graphically speaking. I can't really speak so much for being able to, you know, across the board for how they explain the game and all of that kind of thing. But generally speaking, rule books don't look bad anymore. Publishers have pretty much caught on to that. But the reason I say that is more for those that might be watching that are budding designers. That, you know, if you have, because I understand that companies more often than not will take the helm of how a rule book is going to look and how the rule book is written and all that kind of stuff. But if you have a good rule book going into that situation, it'll be better for you. I think it'll be better for your customers as well. Russia Down says a bad rulebook means outsourcing work to the customer and player. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna make you do some work so that you can figure out how to do this or you can figure out how to do that. Yes, that's unfortunately how it usually trickles down. I don't think that's a conscious decision that is made by publishers more often than not. But I will say that that's how it usually works out in practicality, at least. You know, you make your customers do some of the work that you should have done before production. Absolutely. The first Tannhäuser rulebook was a bit of a pain in the you know what, especially without the cards. Pain in the you know what. I get you. Yep, I would agree with that. Definitely agree that there are still bad rule books out there. I think they are mostly improving, which is awesome. Yes, I agree with that as well, Tate. Yeah, we're just, I think we're in a, I wouldn't necessarily say a golden age, but we're in a pretty good spot at this point where a lot of positive occurrences are happening within the industry as far as, you know, graphic design people doing their job well, artists doing their jobs well, editors doing their jobs well, graphic design layout people are doing. There's just so many different things that are happening right now that I think it's a cool thing. So, but I think that kind of makes a bad rule book stand out all the more. But yeah, there are definitely fewer of them around. But it also depends on what kinds of games. You know, the older game companies might be stuck in some of their old traditional ways as far as rule books are concerned. So I think you can still go out there and, like, what I'm generally speaking about is like game companies like GMT, and I don't mean to talk bad about GMT. It's, you know, they have their thing, and they do their thing very well. Those, you know, war game and those, you know, historically themed games, they do those games very, very well. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of their rule books generally tend to be on the more technical manual looking side of things rather than something else. But that's what I think a rule book. A rule book needs to be pretty, needs to keep you visually engaged as well as cognitively engaged. I think more people relate to that than they would probably imagine, than they would probably readily admit. Because I think a lot of times people will say that they are mechanically driven in board gaming, and what I mean by that is that they like games for the mechanisms, not necessarily for the theme. But I've even heard some of those people, those kinds of people, start talking here recently about the theme of games and how beautiful a game looks and all of that kind of stuff. So I think a lot of people are more aesthetically driven than they really want to admit, or really care to admit. And a well-designed, beautifully done rule book can help. Because if you're more interested in reading the rule book, then you're going to be more interested in reading the rule book. You know what I mean? Rather than just trying to get through it. All right. I do have an unboxing to do, but I think what I'll do now is let's go ahead and show. Let me see if I can get my phone to connect here, and we can walk around here. Video capture. There we go. Add. And there we go. All right. So we'll go here. So just a quick walk around, and what we'll do here is just kind of show you what we've got. So there are these sound panels, and I have the lights and the shelves up there. You can see all of that, and the two cameras that will be moving around, and so here's my backlight over here. I've got another one, of course, that we'll be using over in the other side of the room, but I do have some trash in the corner over there. But anyway, that is the sound paneling and the pattern that I picked. Here is the corner of chaos, if we want to say it that way right now, because I just haven't got time to set that up yet. But here's the other table. This is the Geek Chic that we've been using. We've got the sound paneling over there, and on that entire wall, I need to get some more because that wall is the only one that is not done. There's Max over there. Just realized he was back in the corner. And then I'm also going to put some sound paneling on the bar that's over here as well, once we get all of that other stuff cleared up. And then here are the boxes of lights that we have going on. These are crates that have t-shirts in them and that kind of stuff. Holding some of my playmats over here, rest of the games. So that's pretty much it. These are game boxes or bags that have games in them from Friday night when we did our game night. But that gives you an idea of how the studio is coming along. These, like I said, this pattern up here of 3 lights and 2 shelves will be replicated over there on the ceiling as well. 3 lights and 2 shelves, and that will be one angle over there, or one shot over there, and then we have this one over here. So it works, but again, probably made some of you cringe a little bit, but that's all right. I don't mind that at all. Yep, you love unboxings, I know. We're about to get to it right now. We're going to disconnect my phone because we don't think to get back to that, I think. All right. Well, we are going to be doing an unboxing, and we're going to be unboxing Rebirth. This is a new Reiner Knizia game. Says, following a series of calamities that left civilization in shambles, societies around the world are being rebuilt anew in harmony with nature. Scotland lies in ruins, and the ancient clans have taken it upon themselves to restore the land. As clan leaders, you will compete for strategic control of the land and its prestigious castles. Each turn, players draw a tile from their supply and place it strategically on the board. These tiles represent your clan's contribution to rebuilding the land. So, Rewood components and FSC certified cardboard. Interesting. Well, this is from Mighty Boards. They are part of the Flat River group, I believe, or at least that's who sent it to me. Let's see. What I love about you, Sam Russia Down, is that you're a regular, normal guy, not putting on a show or something like that. Just showing it as it is. That is absolutely the case. Because why try to be something that I'm not? Because that's just more difficult. You know what I mean? Let's see. Vanessa's here. What's up? Hello, Vanessa. Good to have you. Thanks for being here. Tom says hello as well. Now, let's see. Where is... I need a sharp object. Let me disconnect that phone. I needs me a sharp object. What are you going to do with that object, Timmy? I'm going to cut open this box. All right. Let's see here. Okay, did that actually work? Of course not. There we go. There we go. Got it. I used a nail. All right. So one of the first things that appealed to me with Rebirth was the box cover. Love the box cover. I think it's great looking. Second was the fact that Mr. Knizia did it, because frankly, Reiner Knizia does a lot of stuff that works very well in gateway situations because, you know, he's a boss as far as that's concerned. Wow. All right. So let's take a look, shall we? All righty then. So we have Rebirth going on here. Here is the rule book. And again, you have components. That's good. Component lists. You have 36 of this kind of tile, 12 of that. See what I'm talking about? You know exactly what's happening. This has the Scotland map in it, but this is the limited edition that also, I believe, has the Ireland map in it. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, and then you have setup. And then you have a game summary. Gameplay starts here, continues here. Final scoring. Wow, that quick, huh? Only 4 pages. I'm loving it. And you're going to get each settlement tile that still has unoccupied spaces is scored as if it were only a tile. Okay, so you score incomplete settlements, you score castles, you score mission cards, and whoever has the most points is the winner. Advanced mode rulebook. Ireland. Cool. All right. So you get the idea, right? So, all right. Some of these, what were they called? Rewood components. These are the castles. I actually really like these. They are sturdy. And even though the colors are a little muted, I really like these actually. These are nice, nice pieces. And this looks like it can be placed on or not. Is it placed down here? Nope, that's something else. Those are probably like villages or something like that. That's neat. These are really nice pieces. They're not quite plastic. They are probably those things that they were talking about at the beginning. The re-wood components. So these are wooden-esque, but they kind of feel like plastic. I mean, it definitely has that like recycled feel to it. But man, these are sturdy. They're nice and chunky. I like it. And I like the knotwork on the front of them as well. These are really nice. Ooh, Zeppelins. With a little car on the bottom of it. With a little Mini Cooper. Do you see that? That's pretty neat. All right. I don't know if it's going to work now because I turned it off. Let me see if I can get my phone back because I got to... No, it's disconnected. I'm going to have to shut down everything. I'm sorry. But this is some cool stuff, man. I like these components. We're going to get them broken down into their own bags here in a little bit, I hope. But these are nice, chunky components. I don't know what the material is they made out of it. I guess you can look up, it has like the word re-wood has like a trademark symbol on it. So RE-wood, W-O-O-D. So you can go look it up, see what it's made out of if you want. But it's good material. Feels quality and it feels chunky. So I like it. Yo, bag o components, man. All right, let's see. What is this? Ooh, there's a little box, little tuck boxes. Little tuck boxes, like so, yeah. Neato. Scotland and Ireland. Oh, look how thick Ireland is. Awesomeness. All right. Nice. And cards. Dare I? Oh, I dare. Let's see here. Boink. Lovely art design. Well, I have more color than I did when I first got here, Vanessa says. And answering if she has a tan now. Well, that's good. These look like different gold cards. Medium shipments, most energy farms, largest. It looks like that's what these are. Oh, what was that? These changed. And these look like player aids of some sort. Sorry. Yeah, so the different card backs. You see that? All right, what else we have here? All right, now this is the FSC certified cardboard. Ooh. So apparently you're going to get 200 points or 300 points. Say what? That's crazy talk right there. That looks like an orange castle with the orange Zeppelin. The blue castle and Zeppelin. Brown. Why are there two of these? Oh, that's if you get... What? 1, 2, 3. 100, 200, 300. 100, 200, 300. Huh. You guys overestimated. I think they overestimated how well people can score these games. There is the pink castle. And then these are just like different. Oh, it looks like those are clan specific. So the colors are clan specific. Interesting. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So that is that. Put those over here. Then we're going to get nice design on the inside of the box. Then we're going to get, is it double-sided? It is. Ooh. All right. Let's move this stuff out of the way. So this is what the board looks like. Really nice looking board. I like how things look like they pop because of the shadows. That looks pretty cool. So this is the Ireland board. And then the Scotland board is on the other side. Like so. I'm really actually excited about this. This is a game that I did back. So I did pay for this. What is that? Oh, a little smudge, little smuts on the board. That's okay. Came right off. All right. Now, there's this. And this looks like they are bags for the components. Yeah. Nice. I wonder, are all the different things going to fit in there? Let's find out. I guess I should put the, I guess you don't need to, but. All right, let's do red first. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. I don't know if this is going to fit. That's a lot of stuff for one little baggie. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah. Then maybe put this in there. And these two things. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. They fit. Fits right in there. Oh, maybe I should try to open it on the... All right, so now we gotta do blue stuff. Blue stuff. Blue stuff. This is really neat. I like it. Blue and blue. There's another one. And the Stag Clan. That big pile of components, that big bag of components is a little misleading because I was like, man, there's no way those things are going to fit in here. But each clan is pretty, you know, pretty small. What each clan has, I mean. Oops. That goes in there. Well, boom. I like it, man. Everything fits so nicely. Nicely. I wonder if these have to go in there too, though. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wonder what goes in these, though. Does each... Okay, so that's that. And then this is all here. 32 mission cards, 4 player aids. 32 mission cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. 32 mission cards. Doesn't say anything about these. Oh, these are for Ireland, though. I bet you, right? So, public mission cards. Ooh. All right. So you also get 12 public mission cards, and then all of these things and those things. 4 doubling markers. Interesting. Okay. So hey, Strider, be quiet. Strider, stop, dude. You just want to, Strider, no. Doofus. So these are all going to go into Ireland's thing, along with the doublers. Where do the doublers go? Bing, 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 bing. Hey, there they are. Stop it. You talk such a big game, Strider, and you really aren't, okay? You really aren't a big doggy. Strider's barking at noises outside. That's what Strider's barking at. Okay, so all of these things go in here. Neato Frito. Oh, you be quiet. And then these are going to go here, I think. And then they will go in here. Awesome. This is like really low key, but I really enjoy stuff like this. That holds all the stuff for Ireland. This holds all the stuff that you're going to need to play the regular game as well. And then all of this stuff. I don't know if it's going to fit in these or not, but we'll try. Strider, stop. Okay. So that is Rebirth. Oh, check it out. I got number 5,138. Sweet. All right, back over here. I think it's the contractor upstairs that's redoing our kitchen. I think that's what he's losing his mind over. All right, but these are going to go back in here for now. Oh, that's the top. These are going to go back in here. Get that out of there. And then I have the board on it. Cool. And each of these goes in here. All right, so I guess let me show you this too, because you would find this interesting more than likely because you're gamers and you're a bunch of nerds, just like I am. All this kind of goes in there. These things are probably taking up more room than they originally would expect, but everything kind of fits in there, even with those other boards. And bam, there you have it. Rebirth. So, that is that. Let's see here. Yeti in the Mist is here. What's up, Yeti? Good to see you. This is an environmental board game with a Celtic theme, right? Yes, Rush It Down. That is absolutely correct. Good to see the live streams back. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, we are going to be hitting full steam probably, this week and next. But we are also going to be headed off to the cruise here in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be a lull. But I should be able to do some shorts and that type of stuff from the cruise. The bottom 5 and top 5 that JT and I recorded last week for this week is going to be our bottom and top 5. Basically our top 10, you know, just half of it is put on the dice tower, half of it is put right here on the flip side. Family games. And JT and I both had slightly different definitions of what a family game constitutes because of what he plays with his family and what I play with my family are two different things. But we had some cool stuff. So that's going to be coming up this Friday. This week we're going to be recording our top 5 or our top 10 games that we want to play on the cruise, and that'll be coming up next week. Basically, the week after Christmas. The Friday after Christmas. So that'll be happening. Let's see here. Are there windows in the new gambling room? Yes, there are. There's 2 windows over here and there's 1 window over there. Yes, gambling room? What do you think Sam's up to? I don't know. Wouldn't it be a gambling den, lending to the supposed seedy nature of said location? Either way, I now want a gambling den. I meant gaming room. Stupid autocorrect. That's amazing. What games are you wanting to play on the cruise? I don't know, Tom. You're just going to have to wait and find out. Too bad the cruise wasn't stopping in Caraco. I'd give you all tips on what to do. I'll have to wait for the video to my question. Yes, you will. No, actually, Vanessa, you should have just waited a couple weeks. That's what you should have done. You should have come with us on the cruise, Vanessa. But no. Let's see. I did some snorkeling in the little lagoon in the resort that the resort has. I saw so many fish, even a small barracuda. Ooh, barracuda. Well, if gasoline isn't a thing anymore in this future, gotta reuse that car for something. That is correct. All right, I think I'm caught up. Now I'll have to watch another video on your channel. I know, Tom. See how that works? Kenneth is here. What's up? What's up? Hi. Uploading your ranking videos of board games of all time to Age of Ranks website. Well, that's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, were you the one? I think you might be the one that was asking us for the 6 through 10 of our top 100, top 10 of the year. That might be something we'll have to look into publicizing, or I'll just get it to you. Maybe next year. I think my friend will be doing a family vacation next year. Gotcha. All right, no worries. Well, we'll give you a pass on this one, Vanessa. Fine and dandy. All right, so tomorrow, since it looks like conditions are kind of cool for that kind of stuff, we're probably going to do a live stream tomorrow morning. And then I'm probably going to be working on something to upload for Thursday. Thursday I've got to make a trip over to Seattle, and I won't be in town. Although I might be able to do something in the morning on Thursday, but we did get a lot of snow last night. And if that continues and the passes are not bad, I'm going to have to leave earlier than I usually do to get over to Seattle. Because the passes might be worse than normal. But if that isn't the case, I might be able to squeeze in a live play on Thursday morning before I leave rather than Thursday afternoon. in that case, I won't upload anything. I'll just use that live. But I do want to say that Wednesday we'll be back with a live review, and tomorrow I'll be back with a. I don't know if it's. I might just have to do a solo play tomorrow, because if we wait until Jesse's home from work, then that means everybody is home, and we might have trouble streaming. I haven't had hardly any errors today, so I think it is just because we need to get 2 dedicated servers. What we're thinking about doing just along these routes is we're going to be keeping our Spectrum service for the kids to use and for us to use for our phones and that kind of stuff, and then we're looking into getting dedicated fiber for the Flipside, so that the Flipside can basically have its own server here in the house, and we don't have to worry about, we'll have 2 gateways, so to speak, to the interwebs instead of just one, and that should fix the problem. Curacao, thank you. I appreciate that. I knew that weird looking C probably wasn't a hard K sound, but thank you for that. You need to go on the cruise next year. What if you get stuck on the other side of the mountain? There's more than... Here's the thing. We don't have to use the mountain passes to get over to Seattle. We can go all the way down to Ellensburg, basically, and go around the bottom of the mountains and then back up into Wenatchee. We can do that. It just takes longer. So the likelihood of me getting stuck in Seattle is unlikely. It would have to be like very, very bad conditions for me to get stuck in Seattle. But if that happens, that happens. I doubt it will, though. Tom is now demanding I go now. Yes, that is true. I get like that. Ask my wife. Fiber? Ooh la la. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We were hoping that Spectrum would be just fine, like it was over at the other house. We rarely had buffering issues over there. But another cog to the wheel, so to speak, is that we're in town now. So, we're in a cul-de-sac, and we have no less than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses in this cul-de-sac, and we're in a neighborhood. So there's just more people using not our network, so to speak, but using the network in closer proximity to where we were. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. We were hoping, and that hope fell through. We just don't think it's going to be, during the day, nobody's home. Everybody's at work. I'm here alone. I'm working at home. It should be fine. If we do stuff at night or Saturday mornings, we are going to be doing that. It worked out to like $65 a month for dedicated fiber. So it's worth it. It's just going to take a while. What we have to do is we have to call our public utilities district, and they're going to have to come out and upgrade the material, the stuff that's here in the house, so that, and then our local fiber company will come in and install the fiber and get it to where we need it to be. But the PUD has to come out first and upgrade all of the stuff that's out here, and then our local fiber company will be able to come out and get us going. So it's going to take about a week and a half, 2 weeks probably. So that's just the way it goes. Not judging, just jealous. Yeah, I know. I get you. I didn't take any offense to that. It's just something that we need to do so that we have the reliability that the channel needs. And we honestly don't have it right now. I'm getting another error message right now from YouTube, but we'll get there. we'll get there. What was that $65 monthly? Still seems like a fair price. Yeah, $65 a month for dedicated fiber doesn't seem like it's too bad. It's a lot less than I thought it was going to be. That's why on Saturday when we were talking about it, I was like, man, that's going to be too expensive. But $65 a month for dedicated fiber, which is going to be a gig up and down, or rather down and up, because upload is what we really need to rely upon. We need to have a high upload. Our download for the channel doesn't need to be that bad, that good, because we are uploading. We're streaming to the internet. We're not downloading so much. But dedicated fiber gives us a gig both ways, which will be very useful. So in about 6 years, you will have it done. Well, hopefully it won't take that long. I think what Jess said, because Jess is the one that's talking to them on her breaks and lunch breaks and stuff. Jess said that they will be able to get the hardware upgraded by the end of the week, and then next week, again, Christmas is right in the middle of all of that, so I am not really expecting much. But after that, they'll be able to get more. They'll be able to get a technician out here and get us actually going on it. So, but the thing with the PUD has to happen first. So that's that. All right. I'm going to get out of here. It's been about an hour. I got some other stuff to do. I've got to go pick up a kid from school, and then I've got to come back and work on that corner of chaos over there. But thank you for joining me. I certainly appreciate you guys being here, taking time out of your schedule to spend it with me, and we appreciate your time. So thank you for being here. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care. Yeah, there will probably be a Q&A Saturday. We'll try again. We'll see what we can do, but we'll try to get it done. Maybe we'll do it earlier, try to do it before everybody wakes up. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we'll do the best we can. Thank you, Rush It Down. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.